Hello everyone, it is now time to take a look at the top 32 championship bracket. At the beginning of the season, we started off with 64 machines, and after 13 episodes and over 100 fights, we split that number in half, and the 32 best remaining bots will fight in a single elimination tournament until only one bot remains to win the giant disc. Here's how this is going to work. The bracket is split into 4 quadrants. Each quadrant will have one of our top 4 seeds, which we will start revealing to you right now. Without further ado, our 4th seed is Alien. This powerful flipper may have missed out on a tournament last year, but this season they've been just so dominant. That large flipper has made them a massive threat, and if they play their cards right, they could go very far into the tournament. Here's how the rest of the quadrant looks. Alien will face off against the 29th seed Heartbreak. Number 13 seed Bite Force will fight the 20th seed Very Violent. That will be a rematch of a close fight from last season's quarterfinals. At number 5, Blacksmith is the highest ranked Hammerbot, and he'll be going up against the 28th seeded Fall Damage. And lastly in the group, we have the interesting 12 versus 21 matchup as Bronco goes up against Hypershock. Now let's take a look at our 3rd seed. It's Snake. Snake got 2nd place all the way back in Season 1, but last season they had a terrible showing, went 0-3. However, this year they've had an amazing redemption arc, going 3-0 and proving that they are still a top-tier bot. Now let's take a good look at our 3rd quadrant. As you can see, Snake will face off against Beta, who's seeded 30th. The Revolutionist has earned the 14th seed and will be going up against the 19th seeded Inverse. Then we have Slick and Unintended Consequences in a 6 versus 27 matchup. And rounding out this quadrant is the 11th seeded Disco Inferno, fighting Mac and Cheese, who's the 22nd seed. Now it's time to find out who our 2nd seed is. It's Pump Up. This 4-bar lifter is last season's runner-up, and this year they could go all the way. Pump Up's high ranking is due to easily getting all 3 of its opponents out of the arena and taking absolutely no damage in the process. They've just been unstoppable this season. Now let's take a look at the rest of the matchups in the 2nd quadrant. Pump Up will face off against the Legends, who are ranked 31st. The 15th-seeded Hypnotizer will take on the 18th-seeded Smasher in a battle of destructive spinners. At number 7, Length takes on the 28th-seeded Sawblaze. And for our 10 versus 23 matchup, we have a rematch between Tombstone and Tough. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The bot that has earned our number 1 seed is Hydration. This devastating flipper went 3-0 during the regular season and has been responsible for some of the most amazing wins we've seen ever, including being the first bot to ever beat our reigning champion Whiplash. Now let's take a look at our final quadrant for the tournament. Hydration will be facing off against Speedrun, who earned the 32nd seed after winning the Desperado tournament last week. We'll have our closest matchup in terms of seeding as the 16th seed Cobalt fights the 17th seeded Mr. Slice. Wave has earned the 8th seed and will be fighting the 25th seeded Rotator. And last but not least is our reigning champion Whiplash, who's seeded 9th, taking on the 24th seed FBF. And with that, the full bracket has been revealed. In order to get the giant disc, a robot will have to win 5 fights in a row. No more second chances. You either win and survive or lose and go home. We will start the tournament next week, but in the meantime, you can make your own predictions by clicking the link in the comments. Thank you all, and we'll see you next time.